Trucker James. With regards to Matt Canada, you have to look at the improvement over the course of the season. You don't hire a guy with no NFL experience as your OC unless you plan on being a little bit patient.
Bring up a really good perspective right there. Like I said, this was his second season as an offensive coordinator at the NFL level. And you're right. I mean, we did see improvement within that second year. That is what you want. And you might be onto something. When you talk about just that thought process, that mindset, it would make sense. I would understand it, especially for Coach Tomlin, because when he hired Matt Canada, knowing how unproven he was, it didn't scream that he was going to be in a situation where he wanted to just move fast from him. But at the same time, the hiring could have also been lack of candidates actually wanting the job, because remember at that time, Seven was still here. And it was a lot of stuff still surrounding whether or not he was going to, be happy with the situation. How long were you going to be attached to him? Were they going to clean house once he was gone? So that also could have been at play in terms of why Coach Tomlin decided to actually hire Matt Canada. So I think it could go either way with that. But just looking at what he's done in his 2-year sample size, it's like we've seen the improvement. So I can understand if he keeps him. I really do. And like I said, it would make sense to me. So
I think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So a couple things there. A lot of people are bringing up Canada's tenure with Big Ben last year in 2021 as part of his failure, which I agree with. I was never happy with that fit. Just didn't make sense. Why are we bringing in this inexperienced OC?
But
be with Hall of Fame quarterback. Like, it doesn't make sense.
But think about what experienced OC would want to go into that situation where you pretty much have 1 year with Seven and it's the back end of Seven. Like, I also think that could be at play, because if even if I have all these concepts, but I'm going to be limited to this player, and because of who he is, we can't override that either. Would you really want to tap in on that?
Dare I say, maybe we should have brought back Fichtner for at least Ben's final season.
I mean, that would have been a different conversation. But Fichtner would have
Let
just
Ben
been
do it
what?
his way.
But that's Fichtner, and like I said, it's just a different approach. We were all on board with going a different approach because those results stopped producing the dividends that we expected.
Line wasn't that good.
Fair.
Some drops.
Cool.
A lot of things happening at play at the end of that 2020 season. It's unfortunate.
I would agree.
Wasn't on 7.
I would not go that far. I would just say it was a lot of things at play.
Either way, the 2021 fit for Matt Canada wasn't there. Because just in general, Matt Canada, Big Ben, that wasn't the best of fits.
I would agree, yeah.
What Matt Canada is all about. So I don't know if you can really grade that fairly if you're looking at him in a totality going forward, at least. Now, if you want to say, like Matt Canada, maybe you should have been more adjustable. Maybe you should have
that's a fair criticism, yes.
Because we were talking about that at the end of 2021.
Absolutely.
But knowing that Ben retired, okay, Tomlin's going to stick with Canada, so let's see what he can do with the new personnel. And I think once that bye hit, we saw some really good glimpses. And I just checked today. Big Ben himself was impressed with Matt Canada.
It is.
I'm not joking.
So
he basically,
no more Sabotage 7?
Oh, it was. Trust me, we are not getting away from that. That was always there. Let's not let the good vibes and offense is a little better under Canada, and I think we got a future here with him and Kenny. Let's not let that override or overshadow what did take place in 2021 and the Steel City travesty. Let's never forget that.
Steel City travesty.
But Big Ben himself.
His own name.
Big Ben himself. You know how I said it? Canada, he's my sworn enemy and everything because of what happened in that 2021 season with him and Big Ben. If I can turn it around and say, hey, I think Canada's doing good things.
Yeah.
Maybe we can stick with them. And even Ben, the guy that was sabotaged, can say, I think Canada did some good things. I think everyone else can.
If Seven can and Deke can, then anyone can. Respect.